Kotzong, my name is Lebogang Madise.
And I am David Oyedokun.
Today we'll be teaching you fractions, and the topics we'll be covering are numbers only, variables, and exponents, using the following 4 operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. The languages that this program will be conducted in are in English, Afrikaans, and Sesotho. The first operation that we'll be doing for numbers only is addition, where the bases are the same. So by bases, we mean the denominators of our fractions. So when adding 2 fractions together, you check, are the denominators the same number? In our case, yes. So for our answer fraction, it means the denominator will remain the same, unchanged. So now you can continue with the addition operation by adding the 2 numerators together. 1 plus 1 is 2. So this is our answer fraction, 2 over 2. The second thing we're going to do is add 2 numbers where the bases are now different. As you can see, my denominator now is 3 and the second denominator is 6. Although our numerators are the same, we cannot continue as we did before. What we have to do is find the lowest common denominator. To do that, you ask yourself, which of these 2 numbers has the lowest common denominator? The answer is 6, because 3 divides into 6 without leaving a remainder. And 6 also divides into 6 without leaving a remainder. So our common denominator for our fraction will be 6. Lowest common denominator. So now you ask yourself, what did I do to my first fraction to get a denominator of 6? I multiplied by 2. So the rule is, what you do at the bottom, you do to the top. So if I multiplied the denominator by 2, I have to multiply the numerator by 2. For my second fraction, what did I do to the denominator to get the answer of 6? I multiplied the denominator by 1. So I multiply by 1, which remains unchanged. What you do to the bottom, you do to the top. So if you multiplied your denominator by 1, you have to multiply your numerator by 1. The result is 1 times 2 will give us 2, which is a new basis for our numerator. 1 times 1 is 1. So now we have 2 over 6 plus 1 over 6. So this 6 represents the lowest common denominator. So you can treat it as 2 plus 1, which is 3, our final answer for our numerator. So the final answer for our numerator is 2 plus 1, which is 3, making our final answer for our fraction to be 3 over 6. So our final answer is 3 over 6. What we've just shown you is how to do addition for numbers only, where the bases are the same and where the bases are different. And by bases, I mean your denominators. Thank you.
Yes, so in this series about working with fractions, the next topic that we're going to get into is working with fractions, but not numbers only, but with variables. To start with, we would consider an equation where you would have A over B plus C over B. In order to add these two fractions together, you would consider the denominator first. If the denominator for the two parts of the equation are the same, then your answer would be B in this case. And since the denominator was the same and we have a common denominator as B, then you can just add the numerators together, and that will be A plus C. Having said that, the next step will be to consider another scenario where you'd have A over B plus C over F. Let's write this properly. Right. Note that in this case, the denominators are not the same. So what you do is, in order for us to find a common denominator, this concept was introduced in our first series. You would multiply the two denominators together. So this becomes BF. And then you take the first part, you divide it by the denominator, and what you have left is F. And as it was explained in our first video in this series, you multiply F by A. So the first part becomes AF plus, you take the second half, so it's F into BF, you're left with B, you multiply B with A, and then you have BC. So this is how to add two, let's just highlight the denominator as we did for the first one. This is how to add two fractions that do not have the same denominator. Thank you.